Hello, my name is Hope Luker, and I don't know anything about real estate. So that's why I'm here for our Friday segment, Explain It to Hope, where I'm going to ask the experts basic questions and they're going to give me basic answers. Or better than basic because they are experts.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about CMAs, which I'm not sure. I think it's comparing comparable appraisal, maybe.
What is it, Craig?
Go ahead.
Comparable market analysis.
See, I was close.
Yeah.
All right. So what is that?
Well, I'll give you the start. It's a tool that not all realtors use, but Mike has been using it for 20 years to help someone evaluate or come up with a really good, accurate value of their home in the market value. So it's a little bit like an appraisal, but it's a tool that it's not actually an appraisal, but it's a broker's way of giving kind of an appraisal for a homeowner. You take properties that are currently on the market and properties that have sold in in a time frame that makes sense with that property, and you analyze the differences in the properties, and you really help that owner look at the value of what he can expect to sell his property for.
Yeah. I mean, everything Craig said is exactly right. It's a realtor's version of an appraisal. We're not licensed to give appraisals, but we can certainly give our opinion about the value of real estate. Every realtor should be able to do a very good CMA, but not all realtors do. In fact, I think the statistics show that 66% of the properties that get listed, a realtor doesn't provide a CMA. We think a CMA is very important because, as Craig said, it weighs not just the differences, but the similarities between the houses. And then you adjust for those differences. There's one interesting part of a CMA that works a little bit different than an appraisal. Appraisers are limited in the amount of adjustment that they can make on any feature of a home. So, for example, let's say I just put in a $125,000 kitchen. If that new kitchen adjusts 10% of the overall value of the property, an appraiser is limited as to how much of an adjustment he can make. And so therefore, I believe a well done, well thought out CMA by an experienced realtor is more valuable than an appraisal. And over the years, having been in the mortgage lending business, I think I've been pretty good at doing CMAs and being able to tell people what their property is worth.
So at what point do you get a CMA for your home? Like if I'm thinking about selling my home, should I get a CMA and use that to factor in the decision, or right as we're listing it?
Yeah.
It's usually like a two-step process. Someone wants to talk to Mike or us about listing their home, and we go over there and gather data on the home, walk through the home, look at the community. Like you can see, I do a lot of looking at communities. We study the community and other properties that we're going to compare it to, and then we go back and then present that when we're finished with it. But that's usually how it's done.
But that's a good question, Hope. You don't necessarily have to sell your home to get a CMA. And this is a service that we provide to people, complimentary. If you're just curious about how much your home is worth, we'll come out and do a CMA for you. But typically a CMA is done to help you establish what you're going to list your property for.
So how do I get one if I wanted you to come out?
Give us a call, 843-837-7773.
Perfect. All right. See y'all next week.
Thanks.
Thanks, Hope.